All right, if you're joining us, it's because you're interested in knowing more about Mrs. Wordsmith, which is a fantastic company. They have recently been purchased by DK, so my copies do not have the logo that you would see on the current versions. But as far as I know, there's been very little to no change. There may be insert pages that have been updated or refreshed, that type of thing. But I'm gonna go over a couple of the materials that I have. Check out their website. Mrs. Wordsmith is a British company, so you will notice some verbiage that's slightly different. Like, for example, they call it the cinema instead of a movie theater. But it's a fantastic company. I'm so excited that they were recently purchased. I've been supporting them for several years, and if you notice, the illustration styles are very unique. And they've recently published an online game called Word Tag. I believe it is free to play for the foreseeable future. You can purchase additional levels and things, and that will give them a vocabulary. Here's one of the call outs for they're very interactive. You're going to notice a lot of QR codes in their material. There's little interactive videos that they publish on their website. They offer a lot of free downloadable samples of their workbook and their vocabulary exploratory guides, and also just they'll do some one-offs where you can download a couple unique pages. Always check it out. There's always something changing, and I would follow them on social media as well. They do periodically do little giveaways and things that are really, really fun. But I'm going to start with my Epic Life Word Book. If I was going to start with one material from Mrs. Wordsmith, you could do this with a 2-year-old, which is kind of what we started with my daughter. So you open up to a random page and you just start talking. You start talking about the image, mouth. Mouth is nice and big. This is going to give them concepts of print that, these are labels. And we're going to say, oh, mouth. What kind of mouth is it? And you could talk about the color or whatever, but they're going to give you really good examples, like a gaping mouth, a stubby thumb. Well, what kind of hand is it? Is it a goofy hand? Is it a steady hand? Long arm, index finger, slender neck. This is going to start scaffolding the connections that they're going to need in their brain to do better writing. The pages are really well designed. All you need is love, and you're going to sing it to them. You're going to pull up the definition. Maybe you'll show them some love, deep caring and affection. So these are words that you would not necessarily expose a very young child to, but they can understand it if you put it in this context. Unique, the only one of its kind. Which one's special? Which rose do you think is special? All the red ones, or the unique one that's yellow? The only one that's yellow. It's a very, very special. So I'm going to flip through a bunch of these pages. I'm going to start at the back, because it's easier for a flip through. There is an index, of course, which is helpful. You have QR codes and a visual index for word cartoons. The not so great outdoors. Spooked means surprised by something that scares you. And then you prompt and you say, what scares you? Do you see anything on this page that scares you? Ooh, spiders. I do not like spiders. Let's see what this one says. Oh, this says it's a harmless spider. Does a harmless spider bite, or do they leave us alone? Well, they leave us alone. That's right. Give them a 50-50. Is it this or that? Don't give them too much. Extraordinary. Oh my goodness. Daydream. Do you see any things in the clouds? What do you see? What do you see? At the beach. A majestic sand castle. Oh, it's not just an ordinary castle. It's majestic. You're going to give them these nice big words. I have heard, recently there's been a lot of call out that children's picture books contain more advanced vocabulary than we see in their independent readers, which makes perfect sense. So there's no reason why you can't introduce these concepts and these words, and these illustrations are hilarious. My toddler loves this book. Handle with care. The magnificent chandelier. What's a chandelier? Is that a chandelier? Is it? Is it fragile? Can you break it? Or is it like solid? I think it's pretty fragile. Ooh, what happened here? It shattered. Can you say shatter? Shattered. What do you think about that, huh? What does it sound like? Shoes, food, school, road, look both ways, colors, pre-K, art, logic, math, library. They're broken out into these really unique sections, but everything is something that a very young child can relate to. And then of course the online, their YouTube channel is fantastic too. Upside down. And it's even written upside down. Muddled. He was a little muddled. Are you muddled? Let's see what it means. Muddled. Mixed up and the wrong way around. Are you muddled or are you right side up? You're right side up. See? Right side up. Is it fun to be muddled? What do you think about that? And then when you hear that word, like if you watched The Wizard of Oz, Glinda, the Good Witch, when she arrives and sees Dorothy, she says, "I'm a little muddled. The Munchkins called me because they said that a good witch had just dropped a house on the Wicked Witch of the West." Now you can say, "Oh, I know what muddled means." All right, this is item number 2. See It, Stick It, Sight Words. There's a volume 1 and a volume 2. These have also been reproduced as far as I know. They have Epic Word Adventure is advertised again on the back, as well as word tag. This is really straightforward. They have a sentence wrapped around, they have a sight word, and there's a QR code that'll give them a little animation. They pull the sticker from the back, or you can do like a read the room where you can have them hunt and peck. I keep looking at this and to be honest, I'm too afraid to pull the stickers out. This is a really great raw material and I just haven't committed myself to carving it up. But I know that individually these are worth more than the sum of their, the sum of their parts is, I like them individually. I would really like to just cut these out, maybe put them in a little blank book and have her illustrate them and then include the QR code, I'd really like to pull the stickers off, put them on tongue depressors and or laminate them and send them to school and have them do a read the room where they have to like hunt and find, or put them on coasters. You can go get those little cardboard coasters and stick them all over the place and ferret them about the room, or do it outside like an Easter egg hunt. There's all kinds of neat stuff. So in the back they have, this is their sort of their scope broken out. So you can see they have words in the 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000 category, moving from less complex to the storyteller. So the storyteller should be able to use, and there's more advanced books, should be able to use really advanced vocabulary. And that's a lot of fun. So that was volume 1. This is volume 2. So now you get into more advanced patterns. So Charlie's definitely into volume 2. I just haven't pulled anything out yet. We just kind of do a point and read. And we may let this go unaltered, unadulterated, as it were. Because it's just a lot of fun. Oz says that she has a cold. Oh, what is it like when you have a cold? Do you get a runny nose? All right, let's use the phone. We're going to pull the QR code. Do you want to hit the button and then let her pull up the video? And you do 2 or 3 of these and it's fun. It gives them more vocabulary. Last, but certainly not least, is Blah Blah. This is about $25. Has also been reissued under the new DK branding. There are additional games, but this is the primary. There are 3 decks. There is a purple, a green, and a pink. There is a QR code on each one. When you flip it over, you're going to get either a CVC word or CCVC, that kind of thing. And you have several different ways you can do this. The way we do it is we just flip one over at a time and read it. That's plenty fun. I mean, you don't have to jazz it up any more than that, but you can. There's additional instructions and game guides, but we just do the sounds, have the child point and tap, making contact, just like it was like an L. Conan box. Now blend. Ran. Very good. Pull another one here. Not. Not. And as they get more advanced, you can just ask, ha ha. It says draw 2 cards. Now you got to read 2 of them. Wah, skip a turn. We'll do a couple of those. So when the child gets really proficient, they should be able to just slide their finger across and read it. We do have some children that have like convergence. This gives them an opportunity. We try to back them up from the book because the tendency is, they feel like if they get closer, it'll come out of their mouth or go into their brain better. That's not true. You want to make sure that they're far enough away from the word that they're orthographically mapping it and that they're seeing it. So now we get into, we have diphthongs and digraphs, foam. Ha ha. Fail. Fail. And you, just like if you were dot and dashing, they've got them broken apart, they've got them blended together, and they've got them completely separate. I do have a young lady, a first grader, who maybe she has some auditory processing, but by separating all the visuals and all the sounds, she's able to put them back together much more succinctly than if they're all together. And then the pink deck, which is the hardest, and now we get into three letter. I don't think there's a 4-letter in here, but I could be wrong. I don't believe this gets into like IGH. It should. Wouldn't that be awesome? I don't think it does. I think the next stage for us would be to go and get the one, it is called Talisman. Ironically, it's by another UK company, UK Phonics, Phonic books. This company this is their phonics code, which I really like having a copy of this. Because sometimes the kids are like, that looks nothing like it says in other words. And you go, yeah, you're right. O can be all kinds of different things. And then you can give them the list if they're curious. So this is a lot of fun. We try to do, maybe 5-10 minutes of blah, blah if the kids are due for a break, if they're fatigued, if they are in a long reader and they're just not feeling it, if they're really struggling, maybe they're tired of writing, we switch over and we do some blah, blah. This is the only real phonics game I think I ever bought that wasn't digital. And it's certainly worth every penny. It's a lot of fun for beginning readers, and I think long after Charlie has been, proficient, it's still fun. It's still just a lot of fun to like tap the word and ha ha, skip a turn, that kind of thing. It's fun. I mean, you play Uno until you're like 100, so why not play blah blah or Spelligator? I think Spelligator would be my second. I should do a video on that one too. But there's a lot. Spelligator is very well adopted. It's certainly nowhere near as niche as this one, and highly, highly recommend. This is small enough you could fit it in someone's stocking. Really good gift. If you have grandparents or something and you've got a little reader coming up, ask them for a copy of blah blah. Talisman is $89.99 plus tax and shipping. It is. I think maybe the shipping's free. It's very expensive. I've really struggled with wanting to get a copy of that for my tutoring students, and several of the people in the speech to print, forums and such have been very happy with it, but haven't pulled the trigger yet. We'll see. Maybe this year's the year. So I hope that was fun. Check out Miss Wordsmith online. They're available on Amazon. They're available. I believe Target picked up the workbooks. So check out Target. You can order those and have them shipped. So enjoy. Take care.